Honey, I'm home. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out here, on a windy day in September. And what I want to do is I want to show you my 2013 Ford F-150 pickup. And I want to go through a few things and talk about some of the things I like about it and maybe some of the things that I don't like so much. And so we're gonna review this pickup. But before we review the pickup, if you get a chance, you need to pick up a pair of SierraBub sunglasses. I have them on right now, and I gotta tell you, they're lightweight, and as you can see, they're very stylish, and you're gonna like the view. I'm out here on a sunny day, and my eyes feel great, and the clarity is second to none. So as we talk about pickups, remember the best pickup. Pick up a pair of SierraBubs, all right? So let's get this thing started. The first thing I want to go over is gonna be this engine. The Ford F-150 comes with, I think, 3 different sizes. I've got the V8, it's a 6.2 liter, and this thing is powerful. So if I wanted to tow a boat or an RV, this is right up my alley. And I forgot to tell you, I nicknamed my buddy here Big Blue. So Big Blue has a lot of power. Now, I tell you what, along with that power, there's some gas consumption, but it still does fairly well for a thing of this size. And if I was gonna have a truck, I'd want something that I could pull anything with, and that's why we bought it. So if you're into power, if you're into big trucks, then you know what? Get Big Blue and get the bigger engine. Okay, come inside, I'll show you the interior. These are premium seats. They are so comfortable. You could easily take a good nap while somebody's driving, and with the extra leg room, you can stretch out, and you're gonna feel like a king or a queen driving in the passenger side. The dash is stylish. I happen to have the black. I like the black, but there's other colors that you can go with, whatever fits your style. And, oh, I forgot to mention, the running boards. I like these running boards. With these big trucks, I don't care how athletic you are, getting up and getting down is a big step. If you want to make your life a little bit easier, or if you have to pick up small kids, or you have your parents, it sure is nice to be able to put your foot on this, and it just makes it so much easier to get in and out. So if you're gonna have a big truck, you know what? Either spend the extra money and get the running boards. You can always put them on later, but it really is something you can't live without. Okay, now I wanna show you where the pilot sits. Okay, this is the cockpit, and there's a lot of bells and whistles on here. Probably every bell and whistle you can ask for. It lights up great at night, has a very tough, manly steering wheel, but it works good for the other side of the spectrum. You're gonna like sitting in this seat and feeling in control as you drive this big monster down the road. And I always enjoy getting in my truck. And as you can see, you gotta have a nice hat in a truck. You have to. Now, hey, go Manchester Panthers. That's what the big M stands for. So you get a nice hat, you pick up a pair of SierraBubs, you sit in the king's chair here, and you're all ready to tackle the road. That's another thing I love about it. I love the way I feel when I'm driving this thing. I'm up in the air, I'm cruising down the road, maybe put some tunes on. You're gonna feel real good about yourself, I promise you. All right, now I wanna take you to the back seating and kind of give you an idea of what we're getting into here. This is probably my favorite thing about the truck, or one of my favorite things for sure, is the amount of room in this back seat. As you can see, you can easily fit 3 adults in here, probably 4 adults, 4 kids. I'm gonna go ahead and sit in here, just kind of show you what this looks like. Now, I am totally comfortable back here, and even if I was a foot taller or whatever, I would still feel comfortable back here. So there is a lot of room. You can even put your dog on the floor and he would never get in anybody's way. It's just, especially when you're on a long trip and you want to spread out, this is definitely a traveling vehicle. So you can't beat the room in this back seat. And I think when you actually sit in one, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. As we walk toward the back of the truck, you can see the size of the bed. Now, that's the one thing we talked. There's a lot of things I like. One thing I wish that this thing had, and again, it's still a monster. It's still my big blue, but because the back seats are so big and I've got 4 doors, I believe this is about 5.5 feet. The truck I had before was 6 feet. So you do lose a little bit of room on the length of the bed. But you know what? You really don't even notice it because of all the comfort that you get inside the cab. When I bought this truck, it came with this nice bed. This is an ARE. It's an add-on, and I'm going to show you how this thing works. So to open this up, I just push this knob, put it up, and as you can see, this thing lifts up in the air and gives me access to the bed. And the great thing about I think they call it a cab cover. I can store stuff in here. The cab is locked. You can put anything in here. It keeps it away from the rain, and also it locks it up for security purposes. And that's a really nice feature to have when you have a truck. Now, with every nice feature, you always have the other side is, if something is really tall, of course, I'm going to have a hard time getting it in here. You know, I could take the cab off if I wanted to, but that thing's heavy, and I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to get it back on. So I do like having the cab for the security. I do like having the storage. I do like being able to keep things dry. I just wish I wish I had a way to haul bigger things that stick up. But there's all kinds of cabs you can get for a truck. And since this came with the truck, I do like it and it looks good, so I'm going to keep it. But just remember that every option's different and you're going to have to figure out what works best for you. Hey, I wanted to show you one more thing, and I wanted to just talk about how this bad boy drives. I got to tell you, it's very comfortable. It's just like you're floating down the road. And because you sit nice and high, you've got a good view. You've got a good view of the road. You got a good view of everything around you. The noise is very minimal, so it's not a noisy truck. When you close the cabin doors, it's really, really tough to hear any noise on the outside. So just a relaxing drive. It's a drive that you could take on vacation, long drives and things like that. That's what really sold me on the vehicle when I had a chance to drive it. That was the difference maker for me. To summarize, I am very pleased with my 2000 Ford F-150 pickup. From the size of the engine and the power that I have and the ability to pull anything through the roomy and comfortable front seats. I also talked about, I love the room in that back seat. I could probably camp out in my back seat if I wanted to. My cab, I'm very satisfied with it. It could be a little bigger, but it does the trick. And I've got the cover on it, and it's great for security, and it's great to keep things out of the weather. Only thing I can't do is haul big things that stick up unless I took the cover off, which I'm probably not going to do. So if you're looking for a good pickup, I would say the 2013 Ford F-150 pickup, even though it's 10 years old, it'll do what you need it to do. And remember, when you're talking about pickups, don't forget to pick up SierraBub sunglasses. They're available at SierraBub.com and they're available at Amazon with free shipping. Thanks for watching. See you next time.